Hi guys, welcome to Linksa YouTube channel. My name is Ram Mishra and I'm your online instructor. So what's in this video? In this video we will talk about how to enable HTTPS in Jenkins. But before start the lab session, we need to understand few points, which is what is Jenkins and their use cases. Jenkins is an open source and easy to use Java based web server often used in deployment of continuous integration and continuous delivery or deployment CI/CD pipelines. So in this demo, we will talk about the process for enabling HTTPS on Jenkins server by configuring SSL, secure socket layer. To use HTTPS, we have to make changes to the internal SSL settings of our Jenkins server. So let's start the lab session and we'll see how we can set up Jenkins with HTTPS. Here you can see I'm on my VMware workstation and currently on this VM I have already installed my Jenkins, which is currently in up and running condition. So if you don't know how to install and configure the Jenkins, you can go with my previous playlist Jenkins, where I have mentioned how to install and configure that. Let me show you the OS release version, IP address and Jenkins service status. Command is hostname CTL, so you can currently say the machine name is server.example.com and currently the version is Red Hat Enterprise Linux 9.3. If I go with the IP, the current IP is 192.168.116.128, and if we check about systemctl status Jenkins, see currently it is active, running and enable. So by default it's run on port number 8080. This is the port serve as the entry point for accessing the Jenkins web interface. It is like the front door to your Jenkins server, from where you can manage jobs and view build status and configure the settings. So let's try to hit on this IP address and port 8080 from my web browser and access the Jenkins login console. So I'm here, and if I'm trying to give 192.168.8.80, if I try to hit, yes, you can see I can access my Jenkins on port 8080, and which is default one, and currently it is running on HTTP port, right? Now, now the point is how we can configure our Jenkins to use HTTPS, not HTTP. To use HTTPS, we have to make some changes and to the internal SSL settings for our Jenkins server. So I'm back on my VM and let's move to the first step, which is generating SSL certificate. So here I'm going to generate self-signed certificate. If you have a CS server, you can take the help from there also. Firstly, we will need to generate the SSL certificate and key store. Here we are using OpenSSL to create the both thing. Let's start by installing OpenSSL first. So I'll go with the yum install, or you can go with the DNF install OpenSSL-y. By default, normally OpenSSL is already available in all flavor of Linux, but if it is not there, you need to install DNF or yum on rel based environment or apt-get in debian based machine. So here you can see OpenSSL is already installed, right? Let's create the key and the certificate file and provide the required information whenever asked by the following command. So the command is, let me go with the command. Here's the command. Let me copy. I'm back on my machine and I press it. Okay, so OpenSSL request, let me explain this command first. So here I'm requesting a new key which is based on RSA algorithm. Hyphen key output option provide the output location for the private key. So my key name is key.pam here, which will be saved on this current location on my root folder. And X509 create the public key certificate and private key pair. So uh, basically the key name is key.pam here, key file name is key.pam here, and jenkins.certificate, this is a self-signed certificate which is valid for 1 year, 365 days, and the hyphen output option provide the output location for this certificate. So let's press enter and provide the details. Okay, so country name, I'll go with India. State, I said Delhi. Locality, I said South Tex from. Okay, the organization name, I said XYZ company organization name. You can put up your own. Organization unit is the IT sector, and your server name. Okay, so I'll provide the server detail, server.example.com. If you have a DNS, you can put up your domain name here where this certificate is going to be issued. and email address, that's important, so I'll just forward example.com, something like that. Now if I go ls, you can see we have already we have successfully generated this jenkins.cert and key.pam file, right? If you have already have a certificate from CA server, then you don't have to need to create a new one. You can just follow the procedure. Now after generating this certificate, we need to provide it to my Jenkins server. We need to merge both of these files and converting them to a special format, which is .p12 key store file. So moving to the next step, which is merge the key and the certificate file into pkcs slash hyphen 12 key store format, which is used by the Jenkins itself. So the command is, what command we will use to convert that one? Command is openSSL. Let me copy again. OpenSSL pkcs12 format. Input of key is my key, that is key.pam, which I have generated, and input is jenkins.certificate, and I want to export in jenkins.p12 format, right? This command will ask you for the password, and remember the same as that it will be used during the configuration. So I press enter. It is asking for password. I give the red hat at that 23 simple password, red at that 23. Now you can see we have successfully generated jenkins.p12. Now move to the next step, which is import this p12 file with keytool command and convert it into .jks key store file, which is the file format used by the Java. So again, the command is keytool command. Let me copy, make it simple. Keytool command, import your key store file. The source key store is Jenkins 12, this one p12. Source store type is pkcs12 format. Destination key store file is var lib jenkins.jkas, right? I press enter. It asking the destination key store password. I'll give the same, red hat direct 123, retype red hat direct 123, and the source one the same, red hat direct 123. You can change it as per your needed. Important, successfully done. So here you can see, if I go var lib jenkins.jks file is ready for me. The var lib jenkins path is the accessible to the Jenkins user by default. So however, we have to change the owner of .jks file to Jenkins user by using chown command. So I can give the chown command, change ownership jenkins dot. Okay, now you can see user owner, group owner is successfully changed. Now move to the final step, which is configure Jenkins for SSL communication. In order to set up Jenkins with SSL, we need to modify the HTTPS key store and HTTPS port and the password. So let's modify the jenkins.service file. The file location is usr lib systemd, usr lib systemd, system, and jenkins.service. So this is the file, right? usr lib systemd system jenkins.service. Here in the service section, here in the service section, we need to modify first of all the line number 20. Line number 20 is execution started usr bin jenkins, right? So I go to the insert mode, and here we have to add one entry, which is, let me copy from my notepad file, https redirect to http, this one, right? So that if someone by mistake try to hit my Jenkins on HTTP port, then it will be redirect from HTTP to HTTPS automatically. Cool. Then on line number, let me check. Yeah, line number 67, the default port, Jenkins port HTTP. We don't require this one. Okay, let me comment out. Go with the 17, go with the 76. We need to enable that one, right? So on line number 67, where the default port 8080 is mentioned, I'll commit out this line and enable 676 environments Jenkins HTTP port. What port you want to mention? So you can go with anyone. So I'll go with 8443 just for the example purpose, right? Or whatever SSL port you want to Jenkins to listen on. Now move to the next line. Line number is 80. This one. Here it is. Just again enable this line and Jenkins HTTPS key store. So here we have to give the path of my .jks file, right? So you remember we save the file in var lib jenkins.jks. Let me copy this entry and modify one more time this path. Right click and paste. Cool. Let me save it first. Okay. Now move to the last next one more line, which is look at the 84 number line. Let it be again enable Jenkins HTTPS key store the password. The password what we have said during the importing time, right? Remember? So the password is my password is red hat at that 23. I'll give it here. That's it. Now everything is okay. Let's save and quit from there. And at this point, HTTPS set entry is set, right? So we have to made all the changes to the configuration. Now we need to reload the daemon and restart the services. Systemctl daemon reload, and then systemctl restart Jenkins. So if everything is okay, it should be in up condition. Done. Okay, now check the status. So status first. Okay, you can see it is active and running and enable. Cool. Now our SSL certificate is active for the Jenkins server, hence HTTP is up and running. Now let's move to the last and final step, which is verification of Jenkins server on HTTPS. So what I will do, if I am back on my console and if I try to reload my Jenkins console, you will see it will be automatically redirected to HTTPS because earlier it is in HTTP, remember? So I reload it here and you will see it's gone. So it's getting response from HTTPS now. You can see HTTPS is there, right? But here you can see this is self-signed certificate. That's why it gave me a message your connection is not private by this browser. But we can see we can get the response from HTTPS rather than HTTP. If we get the certificate for public CS server, then we will not get any kind of message here, right? So let's go to the advanced and proceed to unsafe. I click on advanced. I'll go to the unsafe here. So let it be click. Okay, here you can see we got the login console again, and we can give the username and the password whatever we have set during the configuration of Jenkins. And if we try to hit on not secure part here and go to the certification, so here you can get the details, who is issued, the common name, the organization XYZ, the organization unit, IT, whatever we have provided the information during the configuration. If I go on the details, and inside the details, if we go with the certification section, the version, this is the version, the serial number, the algorithm, and who is the issuer. So if you click on the issuer, you can see everything: IT, XYZ, organization name, locality, Southex, Delhi, India, whatever we have provided during the configuration. So finally you can see that certificate I'm getting from server.example.com, and I can access on HTTPS, right? So this is how we can use Jenkins with HTTPS, and here we follow some steps to enable the SSL security on Jenkins server. Initially, we learn how to configure the HTTPS settings on Jenkins itself. That's a self-signed certification, right? So guys, that's all about this demo. Hopefully you enjoyed and learned new things. Soon I will come up with another new interesting topic. Till then, keep practicing. And if you feel something that I have missed or you wanted to know more something else, please reach out through my social media links, which is mentioned in the description. If you like this video, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe my channel and press the bell icon button for the latest update. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and goodbye.